In July 2016, my husband Gordon and I were returning from the shops when we were attacked in our driveway in one of the suburbs of Johannesburg. Gordon was shot in front of me while he was trying to defend my life, and he later succumbed to his wounds. In less than a minute, my entire world came crashing down. I was only 34 years old at the time. I moved to Brisbane from Johannesburg only 4 months after the attack to take up a job opportunity. It was taking a leap of faith towards a future unknown, but one with possibility. The way I looked at it is, if I fail, I could always go back to South Africa, but I definitely needed time to find my reason in life again. I wrote my book as a cathartic experience. Really helped me to work through the detail of what happened. My book became like a memoir that kept track of the last 3 to 4 years since the worst moment of my life happened. I hope that it would make a difference for people that have suffered similar traumas or that have had their life turned into complete upheaval within a very short period of time. It speaks about the journey that I took after the attack and how I come to Brisbane and I find that there's even more compounded losses that I go through, but that despite the losses, I continue on a path of resilience. I find sanctuary in helping other people, and I start to find solace in my career. I start to find hope and a future in the people that I meet and the places that I go. It's a story of loss and tragedy, but more importantly, it's also a story of hope and resilience. And it's a message that I hope to leave with people that in the worst of times, I decided that I would never give up, I would never surrender. And that no matter if your life changes in less than a minute, that you can find the strength within yourself to rebuild it again. The one part of my identity that remained congruent, that was part of me before I met Gordon and has continued after the worst happened, is the fact that I am an engineer. And I was surprised that it became an anchor for me through this very difficult time. I will always have a passion for helping students and professionals in STEM careers because I believe that an education is one thing that you cannot take away from a person. It's very easy to give up and walk away from your dreams. It's very easy to give up on your hopes. But if you have something that is motivated from your heart and it's something that's part of you, it should be a testament for people that I still function and work, and not only just work, but excel at what I do as an engineer and in the industry right now. And at the most difficult time of my life, it actually was the one thing that I could hold on to and start to build on again. It was the one thing of my personality, the one thing that I could actually control, that I didn't have to walk away from, that I said, this is where I'm going to start building again. I really loved reading as a child, and I enjoyed taking things apart, figuring out how they're put together. I realized early on that I actually have a different way of thinking. It was a particular trip to a power station when I was just 10 years old that sparked my interest in electricity, and I wanted to understand where it comes from and how it could be brought to everyone. I grew up in a small suburb in Johannesburg, and I had a lot of financial difficulties when I was really young. So I learned early on that if you wanted to have opportunities in life, you needed to create them for yourself. And my secret was that whenever I was faced with a challenge, I would not take no for an answer. So I enjoyed studying maths and science at school, and I went on to uni to study a Bachelor's of Electronic Engineering as well as a Bachelor's of Science in Information Technology. A few years after that, I've gone on to do my MBA. I was fortunate to get a scholarship through the University of South Wales in the UK. I'm currently a chartered engineer in Ireland, Australia, and a professional engineer in South Africa as well as Queensland. I was very fortunate to serve for a year as the Engineers Without Borders president for Queensland, And I'm also featured in the guide for Clean Energy Council as one of the speakers of Women in Renewables. I'm very fortunate that my work has taken me globally to work on different projects. I was trained in France to design solar farms, and I took my experience back to South Africa. I was sent to do some work in Nigeria, where I worked with the Lagos Electricity Board. It was a really exciting project because they were doing 1,000 systems that they were rolling out to hospitals as hybrid solar. If I had to look at some of the formative years, I spent a lot of time in the control room environment, and I spent time working with control operators to upgrade systems and to look at the upgrades to control rooms across various coal-fired power stations. This knowledge has really served me well going into the future, where I now work in energy as a consultant, and I get to work on a lot of different innovative projects with my clients, where I help them to work on energy strategies and also look at how they can bring sustainable energy into the future. My vision for the future is that from a personal capacity, my story will help people that are going through a really tough time, that have to face rapid and sudden change. My entire life changed in less than 1 minute, and I believe that the story can help to inspire people. From a career perspective, I hope to continue to make an impact on the future of energy. For me, it's really important that everyone should have access to good sanitation, water, and access to energy. And that's certainly a problem that is not going to be solved in a day. From a perspective of helping students and also helping young grads find opportunities in the workforce in STEM careers, it's something that will always be close to my heart and where I will see the biggest passion applied throughout my life going forward. My vision for the future for leadership is that we need more empathetic leaders. Leaders should be not only making good decisions for their business, but also decisions that will be good for the environment, as well as lead to a sustainable future for all. We all have a responsibility to continue to share our light.